Hello, virtual learners. I'm back with more Mercy Watson. Do you remember what happened last time? Officer Tomalello was trying to get Mr. Watson to pull over his car because he had been speeding and swerving. But because Mercy was sitting on Mr. Watson's lap, Mr. Watson's feet have fallen asleep and he cannot touch the brake pedal. The brake is what stops a car. Eugenia is also looking for Baby, who happens to be in the back seat of Mr. Watson's convertible. Eugenia went over to Mrs. Watson, and they decided as they waited to see where Baby might be that they would make some hot buttered toast. Shall we check and see what's happening? Get that mental movie ready. Here we go. Chapter 11. "You must stop the car!" shouted Officer Tomalello. "But I cannot stop the car," said Mr. Watson. "Oink! Oink!" said Mercy. She was having an excellent time. "I have an idea, Mr. Watson," said Baby Lincoln. "If you tell me where the brake pedal is, I will apply it." "The brake pedal," said Mr. Watson from underneath Mercy, "is the pedal to the left of the gas pedal. The brake pedal is the pedal that I do not have my foot on." See those italic marks, the ones we talked about before? Take a look at all of their faces. Look at Mercy is just looking so very happy. Baby is looking a little bit concerned, and Mr. Watson is looking very worried. Baby unbuckled her seatbelt. She climbed into the front seat. Oh, look at this incredible picture that helps me with my mental movie. She put her seatbelt on. She slid as close to Mr. Watson as she could. She looked down. She saw Mr. Watson's foot. She saw the pedal next to it. "I have located the brake pedal, Mr. Watson," Baby announced. "Excellent," said Mr. Watson. "Now apply it." Apply can mean to use. Baby stretched across Mr. Watson. "I am applying the brake pedal, Mr. Watson," Baby shouted. "Hold on! Hold on, everyone!" Oh boy. The car is going very fast. What would happen if you stomped on the brakes? Make a smart prediction about what's going to happen next. Chapter 12. The car screeched. The car shuddered. The car careened. That means to go up on only two wheels. The car caromed. I had to really look at that word for a second. And finally, the car stopped. Mercy was very surprised. Suddenly, she was not driving the car. Suddenly, she was not even in the car. Suddenly, Mercy was airborne. Mr. Watson was wearing his seatbelt. He did not fly out of the car. Baby Lincoln was wearing her seatbelt. She did not fly out of the car. Officer Tomalello was safe in his police cruiser. He did not fly out of the car. Only Mercy flew. "Oh dear," said Baby. "It's an emergency," shouted Mr. Watson. "Alert the fire department." "Was that pig wearing a seatbelt?" Officer Tomalello asked. "No," he answered himself. "That pig most certainly was not." "Have laws been broken here?" asked Officer Tomalello. "Most certainly, most definitely, laws have been broken here." Mr. Watson and Baby Lincoln and Officer Tomalello watched Mercy fly. They watched her land. Ooh! Again, I love the illustration and the look on Mercy's face. Mr. Watson got out of the car. He ran to Mercy. He wrapped his arms around her and held her tight. "My darling, my dear," he said, "tell me that you are all right." "Oink," said Mercy. She snuffled Mr. Watson's neck. "Hooray," said Baby. "She is fine." "Oh, thank you," said Mr. Watson. "Thank you, thank you, thank you." He bent his head and covered the tip of Mercy's ears with kisses. "You are a miracle, a prodigy, a dear," Mr. Watson said. "You are a porcine wonder. But even porcine wonders cannot drive. In fact, porcine wonders should never be allowed to drive. Ever!" Mercy sighed. She was glad the ride was over. She felt a tiny bit dizzy and a little bit dazed. She wanted very much to go home. Shall we see what happens next time? Next time when Mercy gets home, what will Mrs. Watson think? What will happen with Officer Tom Malello? Tune in next time for the end of our story. Until then.